Hello, everybody. This is Chris Fernandez, and I'm joined by Jbone, Bob.
Stop, fuck. Oh my God.
And the Seventh Sword, a.k.a. Rich Radwan,
How's
a.k.a.
it going?
The Seventh Sword. This is Talk Gaming Podcast, Episode 2. For those of you who tuned in last week, thank you very much. Awesome. Love the feedback. Would like to get more feedback. Give us some topics that you want to talk about.
Or tacos.
Yeah.
Or tacos.
Or tacos.
Tacos.
Actually.
Give us some topics you want to talk about. We'll go over them. Whatever you guys want. We enjoy doing this as much as hopefully you guys enjoy listening. So, I start off by saying I guess I beat Stick It to the Man yesterday.
How was it?
It's still free on PS Plus if anybody has not picked it up yet. It's only like 4 hours long. It was short, but it's so worth it. It's so good. Like, it's really weird, and I think that's what makes it really cool. Is it just how weird it is? The controls work fine, no complaints. They're pretty standard, they're pretty easy. But it's just a good game. It's a funny game. It's like hilarious, outrageous all the way through. It never gets boring. Like, you could beat it in one night, and you'll want more.
The dialogue's really good in it. Like when you have to listen to what they say,
dude, the voice
it's
actors
ridiculous.
are hilarious.
It's hilarious.
I would definitely like to see a second one.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
I'll download it. Yeah.
You got PS3, you can do it. Yeah, but that's mainly what I've been working on the last week. I've been really busy. But Jim, what have you been working on?
Still
Batman.
Hey man.
Arkham City.
Still Batman.
You know, I was telling Chris earlier. I said, my girlfriend, is like, don't you get bored of that game? Like, don't you get sick of it? And I said, no, it's fucking fun, dude. It's Batman. I'm having a really good time, But I was telling him that like it's really challenging because like there's these medals that like they're called like the campaigns. Like there's two different sections that are Riddler trophies. There's like the ranked medals and there's like campaign. And I'm on the campaign right now for Batman, where you have to like go through like a combat section, a predator section, and then like another combat section. And you need, in order to platinum it, you need 3 rings. You need perfection on all aspects, and it's fucking hard. I'm getting pissed off. Like the other night, I was like, fuck this, and I fucking turned it off. And she's like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going to bed. I was pissed. So it would totally be worth it, dude. It would totally be like rewarding once I platinum it, and then once I do, man,
it will be rewarding because once you platinum, you're getting that PS4.
That's
and
right.
That's what we want.
That's right.
I feel like you should just get that PS4 now.
Yeah,
Speaking-
and just put it on the back burner until you're done.
Speaking of PS4, I have to give a shout out to one of my best friends, if not like probably my
Your
best friend of all.
bestest friend?
Yeah, my best friend of all time.
Okay.
First, I noticed his first grade. Chris knows him. His name's Scotty Georgeson, and I know he's part of this group. So I'll text him.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Jbone and I and this guy Scotty he's talking about, we're in a band together called Elysian Field, so we're all pretty closely related.
Along with Ryan Stoufron and Josh Woods. I know Ryan checks out this podcast. Tronald Donson. But anyways, Scotty was saying, I'll try to keep this brief so we can get to Bob and Rich.
Yeah.
He went to Six Flags, and there's this game called like Rail Master, and it's like this balancing game with like this like little silver ball that you would see on a pinball machine. You have to balance it and like get it in the middle 3 times, and if you get it in the middle 3 times, you get the big prize. What's the big prize? You get like iPods, iPads, TVs, 40-inch like plasma TVs, PS4s, Xbox Ones, and stuff like that. Scotty's been winning. He won like this big, huge stuffed animal, like 2 iPod Nanos, a 40-inch TV, and he said if he wins the PS4, he'll sell it to me for $200. So 50% off.
Yeah,
and
that's a good deal.
I was
That
like,
is a good
fuck.
deal.
I was like, fuck yeah, dude, you got
it's a great
yourself. Yeah. So that's it.
All right. Bob is next. Next.
Next tacos.
I've been after Dark Souls 2, which was a little bit ago that we finished after the last podcast. I've been kind of lost to trying to figure out what kind of game I want to play. Because, right now...
That's such a good, unique game that you just kind of...
It's
you
hard.
You're lost after. You're like, man,
Yeah.
like, that was so good. And, like, what do I
I
put
want
out?
more.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to figure out a game that, like, because that was the first time, and it was a great experience, and it's just hard to find a
Bob's
game.
first time.
But, took my virginity at 25. I've been playing my DS, my 3DS, and I've never actually beat Zelda Ocarina of Time.
What?
So, I know.
Really?
I've never beat it, yeah.
Holy
I
shit, dude.
I don't know. I didn't have a 64. I didn't have enough money, and I'm living my childhood right now.
How do you like it so far?
I played it when I was on vacation on my DS. Now I'm bringing it back, and it's Zelda.
Where are you at? Like, where?
I just got to the giant. the big fish guy that I put the bottle down and he sucked me in his.
So you're still a kid. Okay.
I'm a little boy.
Yeah.
So I'm not that far, but
Second
it is definitely like I've played the other ones. I haven't played the two 64 ones, so that's the only two I haven't. So I'm doing Ocarina of Time. It's a good time. So I pre-ordered.
Good times.
I pre-ordered Watch Dogs at Best Buy today.
Me too.
And yeah, you get a $10 gift certificate, or that will happen, so that's nice. And I go in there, I'm about to order it, and the total is like $64.49 or something. I'm like, oh yeah, that's fine. And then she's like, well, this is actually not tax. And I don't remember anyone ever paying $64.49 for a game
that didn't include tax.
Yeah, what's 49 cents? So so it's ridiculous. I decided to just do $5. I'm gonna pay it off.
No, guys, games are now $64.49.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
what it
49.
is.
Oh.
You're gonna go in there. It's gonna be like $70.
Yeah, I know. Oh, so Watch Dogs currently $64.49 at Best Buy. So I don't know if you want it.
Apparently not including tax.
Yeah.
So if you're going in there, you better be a Reward Zone member because they're gonna bend you over and stick it in.
Yeah. Well, that's me now, Mr. Seven
Scissored.
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to play Resistance 3, but getting home from work at like 10 o'clock every friggin' night is
You
impossible.
still haven't beat that game yet?
No!
Seven
I
Swords.
should have beaten it by now.
So what do you do when you get home then? You just like eat, crash,
Mess.
take
I
a-
don't even eat.
take a shit, like.
I just go to bed.
You don't even take shits?
No, I gotta hold it in. I don't have time.
Cat shit.
We're grown-ups. What have you been playing besides Resistance? Anything?
Actually, I just downloaded Child of Light,
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
but I haven't gotten a chance to play it a lot yet.
Oh, come on.
Because I literally just installed it. But I'm really looking forward to that game because that game looks so gorgeous.
Dude, I'm hearing amazing things about Child of Light.
Also,
I wish I liked turn-based games and I'd play it, but I can't do turn-based games.
Give it a
I
chance.
like turn-based.
This is Chris talking. I can't do turn-based.
so me and Chris cooperatively bought Bound by Flame, so hopefully we can get to that next time. Even though I was bashing it, I just don't really have much games right now, so I kind of want to play a PS4 game.
So to recollect, Bob wasn't into it. He wasn't into the idea from what we've read so far. I was hopeful in that it would be good. I played a little bit of it. I played for about an hour today. It's a budget game. It's a $50 game.
Yeah.
Like you get what you pay for. It runs at like 60 frames until you get to like outdoors areas, and then it starts like shuddering. Like the frame rate starts shuddering.
It's a nice. There's not many RPGs out right now.
Yeah, I mean the combat is like slow. It's weird. It takes getting used to, but I could see it. I mean, it's gonna be a good time waster. Like,
I'll tell you what I think. Hopefully, by next podcast.
That's my first impression.
I can just
so
tell
far, that's how it's going. But big news for Xbox and Microsoft this week. Posted by Thad, our buddy Thaddeus Naraki, who's on the page, and my buddy Ryan Manson both posted a couple articles on Talk Gaming. And one of the biggest ones that we had talked about last podcast in episode 1 was Microsoft. Are they going to release a connectless Xbox One? And sure enough, announcement today, they are releasing a connectless Xbox One for $400.
Finally.
So that's pretty cool.
Why do you think they picked $400?
$100 off.
I pre-
It's competitive, dude.
Yeah,
There's
PS4, I was
one
just
reason
joking.
they did that,
Yeah,
and it's because of sales. Like
Yeah.
it's not like they're selling bad. They're at like what 5-6 million units now. But the fact that Sony is several million units ahead, like they want a piece of that pie.
Well,
So and they're gonna start taking feedback. They've taken feedback for a lot of stuff recently, which is good on their part. I'm glad that they're sort of switching it up.
I think, obviously, is the reason if most games do come out for Xbox One and PS4.
Mm-hmm.
And if you wanted one and you look at them, and even if you're an Xbox fanboy or whatever you were, you'd realize Xbox 500, PS4 400. And if you're on a budget, you might just make a decision on the PS4. So we'll see if it actually will increase the sales. See if it evens out now.
A lot of people have.
But Ryan Manson brought up a good point. In the comments, he's talking with Jeremy and Mia and Patrick Newell, and they're talking about like, hey, is it worth it? I don't know. I don't think like a bunch of different reactions. But one person is saying they really didn't lower anything. This is Patrick who says this. You're still paying the same price for the console. They should include one of the crappy launch games as well. And then Ryan comes back with, now that I think of it, they what does he say? Now that I think of it, don't they have a Titanfall bundle with Connect for $450? Yes, that's the thing. See, some of these guys in here didn't see that comment, but it's like, okay, so think about it. They're releasing a $400 console without Connect. Great. It's not like you're getting anything, a bigger hard drive or anything like that with it. You're getting a $400 console, just the console itself. So far, that's all it's been announced, just the console, which is probably just gonna happen. It's probably just gonna be the console. But they're also selling Xbox Ones with Kinect and Titanfall for $450,
which is a good deal. I mean,
yeah.
if you're gonna get an Xbox One,
just get that one.
yeah.
So I don't know if they're gonna weed out the Titanfall bundle. Probably not, because that's what it's sales.
After tax, you're probably saving like.
It'll be interesting to see what they do with that. And
$5.
yeah, another thing that they changed was the policy for Sony. They changed the policy for like what Sony does is, if you don't need PS Plus in order to use HBO Go, to use Netflix, to use any of that stuff, Hulu Plus, none of that stuff. For Xbox, you've always needed a gold subscription. You needed a paid gold subscription, which is now $60 a year instead of $50 like it was a couple years ago. And in order to watch Netflix and to use Netflix and all that, or HBO Go and all that stuff. But now they're also reversing that policy. So now you don't need gold in order to use Netflix and all that stuff.
Wow.
I feel like Xbox or Microsoft getting rid of the Kinect actually proves that they didn't believe in the Kinect. If they really wanted to push the Kinect even more, they really should have kept the Kinect in and kept the price of $400 as well.
I think that they had high hopes for it, but at the end of the day, it's like
people don't
gamers
like it.
don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Gamers aren't into that stuff. They're not going to make it their primary.
I think
thing.
they try to get a little bit of both. The family is like, oh, we got Kinect, we can play these little stupid sport
But I
games that don't work.
From the very start, they were pushing this Kinect on you, saying you needed it, and you don't.
You need it to spy on you. I mean,
Yeah.
we all need that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
No, but yeah. So they've been changing stuff around,
That
which is
fucking
good.
eye,
It's good
man.
because when they change stuff around, like per the gamers' request, then the gamers win. So it's a good. I'm glad Microsoft's doing it. I have high hopes. Another thing that was good for Microsoft this week that was posted yesterday by Joel Lazada, sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, was the E3 lineup for E3 this year. And it's looking nice for Xbox One. I gotta say, I'm more excited to watch Xbox One's press conference than I am for Sony's, to be honest.
Well, what's on Xbox One's?
Xbox One right now, they're showing Beyond Good and Evil 2 gameplay. And I don't know if you've ever played Beyond Good and Evil 2, but it's awesome.
It
was a
is
good game.
awesome.
Yeah, it was a great game. Fable Legends gameplay on Xbox One.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I love Fable.
I hope
Forza
they-
2, I know a lot of people that play Forza on Talk Gaming.
Yeah,
in the
so-
Talk Gaming group that'll be excited.
Is this official or is
Yeah, this is official.
Okay.
This was a leaked, like a stage, what do you call it? Like a stage layout and everything with what they're going to be showing.
No Metal Gear Solid, huh?
No Metal Gear Solid.
Oh.
Nothing listed there.
No
They're going
Phantom
to show
Pain.
Gears of War 4 gameplay.
Really?
So-
Gameplay?
Yeah, apparently they're showing Gears of War 4 gameplay. But I heard that it's not even close to being in development. So I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess maybe it's a secret, but we'll see.
Well, we're not 100% sure that is the real. It could
Yeah.
look like a legitimate one, but we're just kind of
It could be
speculating.
leaked,
that.
but
sounds
hopefully-
pretty
hopefully-
legit.
Take this as rumors, people.
Yeah,
Take this as rumors.
Hopefully it's legit, because I'd be excited to see what Gears of War is going to look like on Xbox One. It's a Halo 5 tech demo.
Yeah.
Tech demo. Don't care about tech demos. Give me gameplay.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but this is going to be Call of Duty Advanced Warfare gameplay, so we'll learn more about that.
Yeah, we can see
Quantum Break, and one of my favorites. You ready for it?
Yeah.
They're showing Star Wars Battlefront 3 gameplay.
Yeah.
I think
Yep.
is that the one that Amy Henning's working on, or is
No.
that a completely
No.
different one?
She's working on an open world Star Wars.
Something
Amy
at
Hennig,
Visceral Games.
If for those of you
Visceral,
guys
yeah.
who didn't listen to the last podcast, Amy Hennig was one of the creative, like the head writer for Naughty Dog and on Watch Dogs. What do you call it? Last of Us and Uncharted and stuff like that. She left and moved to Visceral Games, and is now writing for the new Star Wars open world game coming out, which we don't know anything about. That's all we've heard, is it's open world and everything. So I'm excited. I love Star Wars. Best movies ever.
Now this one here for Microsoft, who's the company?
For
Who's
what?
making the Star Wars game?
It's,
This one is
Dice.
Dice. The
Dice.
people who
Battlefield.
make
Battlefront. Yeah,
they're using Frostbite
They-
Engine 3 for
they announced that
Battlefront.
last year. Yeah, they showed the teaser.
Chris,
That's right.
you haven't mentioned it, but I think another game I'm actually excited for now is Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah, we watched a lot of gameplay videos on that over
Because
the week.
I mean, it kind of looks like Dead Rising 3. It looks really good though.
It's a mixture of like Dead Rising, Ratchet and Clank,
Jet
like,
Grind Radio.
Jet Grind Radio, like
colorful.
with the platforming.
It's very
yeah.
colorful.
Infamous, like it looks pretty sweet. I'm excited.
And like it's it's people that made Resistance games too, right?
Yeah, and Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, and Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, so you know they're gonna have those guns. They're like those
Insomniac
ridiculously
games.
cool guns.
Yeah, they have some
So,
pretty sweet guns.
that's
If you
what I
guys
mean.
haven't seen any gameplay, there's gameplay all the place.
I like the way it flows.
That was put
I
out.
hope. Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks so good.
It looks pretty cool.
It looks too good almost. I don't know if it's believable yet.
But yeah, so far, I mean, I know a lot of those games are cross-platform on the Microsoft presser that's going to be happening.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty excited to see like Star Wars Battlefront and stuff. So I'll definitely be tuning in. So E3 is looking pretty good for next gen lineup.
What about Sony?
Sony's they're showing Destiny, they're showing Drive Club, God of War 4, but it's a CGI trailer. But still, it's something.
And it's
Sony's
still God of War.
something.
It's happening.
An indie games trailer, which is going to show off a whole like bunch of different indie games and stuff
I'm
like
excited
that.
for that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me
I
too.
can't wait. I love my indies. The Order 1886 gameplay. They're showing that. They're showing some more Watch Dogs, Uncharted 4 tech demo. So they got a lot of stuff. A lot of Alien Isolation. The new Batman Arkham Knight is going to be playable on the show floor, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, so
You
No
go,
shit.
J-Bone.
we'll be playing.
Public's not allowed at E3.
I
man.
know.
It
Yep.
sucks. Yeah.
So Lords,
Gotta
You get us
that press
famous
pass.
enough.
Lords
Yeah.
of the Fallen is going to be playable. Planet
Lords.
Side 2. Sunset Overdrive is going to be playable as well on Xbox. So
Yeah.
it's going to be good.
Now there was a rumor that Last Guardian was going to be.
It better be there.
That was the rumor.
Wasn't there a rumor every year that the Last Guardian
For
was
the
gonna
past
be
like
there?
7 years.
Yeah, come on now.
Like I heard they're gonna.
That's like my bread
they're
and
gonna
butter, dude.
end their conference with
Last
the Last Guardian
What
on
about
PS.
Final
I really
Fantasy
hope so, man.
15?
That too.
What-
Yeah.
Now, do you
I
think
mean-
they're just gonna drop the mic after they say the Last Guardian? We are announcing
Who's-
the Last
The Last
Guardian.
Guardian.
Who's
just
the,
walk off.
Yeah.
Now last year it was Jack Trenton. Who's the new guy now?
It's for Sony. I don't remember his name. I was
It's
looking.
not
into
going to be
that.
as good as Jack Trenton.
Yeah,
Jack Trenton's been there forever, dude.
I want to speak about Sony for. I was mentioning to Chris about they're not as Sony as a company as a whole. They're not doing so hot. Like they're
Yeah.
losing money big time.
That's
PlayStation 4 is their only their salvation.
yeah, it really is. They're like pouring money into the PS4 market because PS4 is selling so hot, but the TVs and like the audio equipment and stuff, that's all suffering.
Laptops, the
But
laptops,
the laptops are doing bad. I don't blame them. I had a Sony Vaio laptop and I hated it. I hated it.
What do you guys think about Nintendo? Second year not going to be at E3. How do you
no,
feel
Yeah.
about it? I mean, they're
I
going
thought that leaked was Nintendo Wii U.
They should. Well, they don't have a press
They're not
conference.
going
but
to have a press conference.
They have stuff playable on the show floor, but
They'll-
just no press
Yeah,
conference.
they'll be there, but not the same.
I just don't think. I mean,
I think there.
I don't know what's
I think there's
happening.
more than one to meet. Yeah, I think there's like financial discrepancy behind the curtains. Maybe not financial. Maybe financial. Maybe authority. With people. Not agreeing or not meeting eye to eye on certain things.
Well, people are starting to question the president, Iwata. They're starting to be like, is he fit for the part? Like,
Yeah.
should we get a new
People
president?
are starting to like,
People are starting to talk.
and
I
they're
don't
thinking
know
about
what's happening
replacing
over
him. I
there.
mean, this is the third year in a row now that they've
Yeah.
actually not been
But
financially.
Nintendo also just announced that they're already starting the development of their new console, their new the new platform.
And
So-
how many
Which
games
kind-
on the Wii U are
It kind
like?
I
of
don't
feels
know.
like they're
Not
abandoning
many.
Well,
Wii U.
they said. Well, I mean, stuff like that. When you start planning for a new platform, takes several years to do. They've already started planning. Just I'm sure Sony and Microsoft have already got blueprints or working on blueprints. But Nintendo's more far into it, and one of the rumors was they were hoping to release something like next year or within the next 2 years, like a new platform. So we'll see. I don't know.
so
But
if you got
they
a
have
Wii U, well, it was fun for a year.
No, they got some stuff at E3 though. They had,
Yeah, no, Zelda. There's a new Zelda.
Bayonetta is the new Wii U exclusive. It was on multi-platform before, but Bayonetta 2 is going to be Wii U exclusive.
I'm looking forward to the new Zelda though.
What about Hyrule Warriors? That's
No,
gonna be playable.
no. It's like Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
Dynasty Warriors with
but
Link.
with Zelda.
I
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
but
There was
I'm still gonna
what was
buy it.
What was the
Yeah, I know
new?
you will.
What was the new leak for the new Zelda game coming out?
Oh, the new Zelda game is going to be playable on the show floor.
What was it called?
It's called Legend of Zelda: Shard of Nightmare.
Shard of Night.
Yeah,
Shard
dude.
of
You
Nightmare.
can say
sounds
whatever.
pretty
Will be
Yeah.
playable Mario Kart 8, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. There's going to be a lot of stuff. Super Smash Bros. It's going to be a good E3.
I will admit that I don't own a Wii U or a Wii. I just kind of like got away from Nintendo and got
Tortellini.
Totally.
I got toward.
Oh.
I can't even pronounce that word. Towards PlayStation.
Towards, there you
and I will admit I miss Zelda, man. Like you mentioned Ocarina of Time. Bob mentioned Ocarina of Time. I wish I could play those games again. I just don't want to like drop
You can.
money.
You can.
I don't
You
want.
can.
You can buy it now.
I don't want to spend.
Somebody sell Jbone.
Wind Waker.
Somebody sell Jbone. Somebody sell Jbone
Oh,
on Wii U.
Wind
Let
Waker.
me borrow your Wii U and I'll play.
You
it
won't
up.
even know it's gone.
Yeah.
That's
wow.
sad.
That's harsh.
Hey, I have one.
Hey, I
And
love
forget
Nintendo,
that it's
man.
there.
I have a lot of faith in Nintendo because I know they're not stupid. They saved the video game industry once. They can do a lot better than what
It's
they're
true.
doing
I would say if you're gonna get Nintendo, I'd probably get Donkey Kong, the Mario games.
now. Tropical Freeze, you got to get that, Bob.
I would
I
buy
know.
Wind Waker in HD because that game
That
is
is-
just amazing.
Yeah,
Yep,
there
Super
are some
Smash
good
Bros.
games. There are some really good games that are out. but they don't have enough of them. But
Yeah,
I mean,
they need more Metroid. They need.
They need a Metroid.
Yeah.
Where did that go?
Yeah.
but if you had to choose though between the systems, I mean, why would you choose the Wii U when it has just such a limited amount of games?
Exactly.
And the
That's
price.
the thing.
And the price, yeah. I mean,
it's not competitive versus
only
the PS4.
if you have to choose,
or Xbox
I would
One.
not choose it. But if you had the option to have them all, I mean,
If you got money to spare, if you got money to blow after you pick up like the PS4 and the
Not
Xbox
me.
One, then pick up a Wii U.
Not
But
me.
like, I mean, I know a guy on here, Mike Roth, is probably gonna hate us right now because he's only got a Wii U and he loves it.
Sorry, Mike.
Shout out, Mike.
Shout out, Mike.
Yeah, like good for you, man. But I don't know. I'm more into like the competitive gaming / more leisure stuff, and I don't know.
I like having more
mean,
options.
Mario's fun for so long. You know what I mean? Like I've been playing it for 21 years now.
I think
So-
a lot of the games though are pretty nice when you can play with groups. Though I mean, that's what I really wanted.
Oh, absolutely. It's a good party console.
That's what that's where I feel like they should focus more. I mean, they do focus on it, but they need to have more games that have that because it'd be a different alternative for us. Because many of these other games are trying to play multiplayer. We need a system that just focuses on playing with people there.
You know what I think actually hindered them is that they weren't exactly experienced with developing HD games. And Wii U was their first HD console, so I'm pretty sure there was a huge learning curve there, and they probably couldn't cope with it very quickly. Whereas, Sony and Microsoft have had years of experience ahead of them now. So I think that's why we see a lack of games, is because they weren't prepared to do HD.
Did you guys ever see that thing? It was last year at E3, or not E3. I'm sorry. It was a couple months after E3. I think it was like Tokyo Game Show, or that one that they do in December, where the PlayStation 4 release, and a couple months later in December they had a game show or a game tech
GDC, like Game
I think,
Developers
yeah,
Conference.
I think it was GDC. They had I'm sorry, not Microsoft. They had Nintendo there, and they had the president there, and the host was asking him questions, kind of asking him like, where are the games? Like, where's this? Where's that? What are you doing with this? And he like completely just ignored him, like counteracted with like another question, like, what do you think's happening? Or like it was like really awkward and weird. Like I was watching it at work, and I like felt
Awkward?
awkward. I felt tension, man. I was like, oh my god.
You're like, no.
Yeah.
Nintendo, no. But another big drop on the Talk Gaming thread this week was a big 10-minute video from Justin Abney about Watch Dogs. And if you haven't watched that video yet,
J-Con!
if you're not psyched about Watch Dogs yet, watch that video. It's a 10-minute. It's kind of like the Grand Theft Auto videos that Rockstar Games puts out, like when they hype up Grand Theft Auto. It's like gameplay commingled with different cutscenes, and then they have like a voiceover, like a narrator over it. It shows a lot. There's a lot more in that game than I thought. Like the digital trips and like all the mini games and stuff. It's gonna be awesome. Watch that video that Justin posted.
If you haven't watched it, I'm just gonna say one word. You get to be a spider. So
Yes.
I mean,
a giant robotic spider. stomping through the
That's
city.
something that you wouldn't expect. So I mean, I hope there's more stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a Carmageddon. Like if you've ever played the games Carmageddon, like back in the day, and I think it was like the 90s. It was like a Grand Theft Auto, but except it's like Grand Theft Auto and Twisted Metal mixed. It's not open world exactly, but it's just like cars racing. You can run over people on the street, run over cows. That was like their big,
And no one likes cows though, so
Yeah,
that makes
cows.
sense.
Yeah, no one likes milk.
I hate it.
I-
I'm
I-
lactose intolerant.
But yeah, they have a mini game with it's just like Carmageddon, where like Chicago turns into hell, and like you're just driving through, blowing stuff up. It's awesome. I can't wait for that game.
I mean, they've been working on this game for a long time. I would like to see in video games. To me nowadays, like I'm really story driven, and not only story driven, but I'm also gameplay. I want to see the driving like smooth. I don't want to see cars floating on the road. I like to see their lips syncing with like what they're saying in their sentences, and I want to see the voice acting really good. From what we saw in the trailer,
It looks good.
The Chinese guy who was talking to the main character, Aiden. He looked. It sounded awesome. It sounded like he was like a cool.
The voice acting sounded pretty precise, like on the spot.
I'd like to see a lot of NPCs, which it sounds like all NPCs are interactive, no matter where they are, where you are. I just hope that it's very immersive. Like I don't want to feel cheapened.
That's something I want to see in like the new generation of games, like with PS4 and Xbox One out, and Nintendo's. I guess if you want to count that as like a next gen console or whatever. What I want to see more is more of that like realism in like the lip syncing and like the cutscenes, and like even like small sound effects, like a pencil like dropping on the desk, like everything like that, which Rockstar Games is very good at, by the way. Shout out to Rockstar. I want to see more of that, like more of that immersion. You know what I mean? Because nothing takes you out of a game more than like, oh, use Bound by Flame as an example. The lip syncing is god awful, and the voice acting is like robotic. Like it's terrible.
Yeah.
Like I don't care about any of the characters because of that.
You know what looks really cool about Watch Dogs is then the NPCs, like Jbone was saying. It looks like every single one of them is also unique. I remember playing Prototype, and like there were only like 5 character models for every like NPC
and
in
like
that
2
city.
cutscenes.
Yeah,
the whole game.
and so like you'd save the same person like 9 times, or kill the same person like 9 times, or like trail them 9 times, whatever. But in this game, it looks like everyone has their own unique like personality. They're their own person. Like the city is full of all these different people, and I need to see that in every game now.
Yeah.
That's something that is now next gen to me.
Kind of like how Titanfall reinvented the way first person shooters platform.
Exactly.
Like you want to see everything move forward.
I can't go back to a regular first person shooter now.
Oh, I think when I was playing Payday 2 with Chris a little bit ago, we realized, there's a lot of enemies that are like bullet sponges and everything. I think now in
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking now in
Sword sponges.
or
Sword sponges. I'm gonna trade.
Why is it like when I'm talking, everyone interrupts every time? I'm sitting here quiet, and this happens. Okay, let me speak.
All right, Bob, sir.
Okay, quiet. No, everyone's like a bullet sponge and everything. But now I think because we have the hardware and the power that we can actually. I hate you guys. We can actually have more enemies. So instead of just having bullet sponges, we'll just have it more of a difficulty level, just having multiple enemies that you have to kill. So I think that's what I want to see more in games, not just this guy that takes millions of bullets just to take him down.
Even that's hard.
That even goes with Watch Dogs though. It's like when I look at Watch Dogs, I see Grand Theft Auto. Like when it comes to NPCs on the street, like there's a lot of them, but like maybe more than Grand Theft Auto. But I want to see what Chicago looks like. In the middle of the day with the flow of people going through the streets. Even like games like
Hitman,
like the next Grand Theft Auto, if they do like another Liberty City or whatever, like I want to see a ton of people on the street, and they can do that with the next gen of stuff. Like,
yeah, I mean, even the old game, like we were talking about, like, when you played Hitman, what was it, Hitman Absolution?
Oh, dude, yeah. Oh, man.
There were so many people, and it was, it was a smaller area,
yeah,
but they were able to do that on 360. Think about what they could do on the next gen.
Oh, absolutely. The memory capacity that we have now on the consoles is pretty insane. So
I am really excited for a new Hitman. I've always been a fan
have you played
of Hitman.
Absolution?
I played them all, man. I love them, dude.
I love Hitman, dude.
I really
Me too.
enjoy that
Fist
world, dude.
Contracts was my favorite until Absolution came out, dude. I love Absolution. Bob, you need to finish that. You played the first.
I played the
level
first
or two?
one and beat everything in the first level, and then I just stopped
For
playing.
those of you who have played Hitman, understand how crazy that is that he beat every single thing in the first level. Like those of you, the people who've played Hitman understand that. Like, wow, that's so crazy.
I don't know why I did that, and then I don't know. There's so many other games, you know what it was. I was just like trying to catch up. Felt like a daily. I mean, not like a bad job, but I just I wanted to do other things, and I just moved on. I'm sorry, Hitman. I guess it didn't work out.
Yeah, I also want to see less invisible walls. In
Oh
the next
my
gen games.
gosh.
Like Payday was riddled with invisible walls, and also, what also sucks that has invisible walls is Bound by Flame. They've got some invisible walls in there. Like I came across like a staircase. I got to the bottom. It was like a ruined staircase, and then jump like down below, easily jumpable. You can easily jump down there. There's like an item that I could grab, but it wouldn't let me jump off. There's no jump button in that game, so like I couldn't jump off the side to go get this item. I had to go up the stairs, around, down, and then like go find the item, and then go all the way back up just because I couldn't jump down. I was like, what the heck?
Chris, I walked into the house. And Chris was playing Bound by Flame, and I said, "Oh, is this Bound by Flame?" Yeah. And I took a squat and watched him play a little bit, and he was defeating like this sub boss. And
the big fat guy.
He puts on the pause menu kind of, and throughout the whole, we watched about 20 minutes, half hour worth of gameplay, and he's progressing forward. And from what I saw, as he's playing, the music in the game was the same fucking music. It was just like this tribal, like
bongo drum. Like,
yeah.
Was it a good song?
Not after like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
of it.
like there was no changing. I was like, we even like commented on it.
Even when there were no enemies around, Jbone pointed out, like the music kept going, and I was like, well, what the heck? Like it's the same, like just bum 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 like the whole time.
So it has a lot of budget things. Hopefully, I mean,
I
hope it's fun. That's what
it was a good
You're
time. I didn't play it for very long, but it was like, I mean, it's a budget game. I went into it expecting that, and I got it, and I'm like, it's a good time waster.
It looks like Kingdoms of Amalur.
It does,
but that's a really good game.
Yeah.
Kingdoms of Amalur was better quality, I guess I'll say.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know, other things. What do you guys want to see in like your new?
This one's kind of difficult to probably expect in this generation of games. But you know how when you're just like when you're walking through a world, it kind of ties into invisible walls. But there's like a little hill or like a little like area that you could walk through in normal life. Like you could just walk on that hill, but your character just can't climb it. Like you just slide back down.
Yeah.
I want to be able to actually have like, I guess, more realistic movement. If I can climb something in real life, like if I can climb on this car, climb this fence, I want to be able to do that. I want to see more of that, like more parkour.
Well, but I mean, they just do that for like a limitation because I mean there has to be boundaries.
But
that's just
in this current gen, I don't want boundaries anymore.
Well, there's going to be. What are you going to be? The game's going to go
Bound
on
by
forever
boundaries, dude.
and ever.
Bound by
and
boundaries.
ever. I mean, it's going to happen, and depending on how well the game looks, it's gonna.
I understand.
I mean, it
really
video
depends on the game.
logic.
It depends on the game.
That's what I mean. You can't just say
you can't continue an open world on forever. Like that's why they build Liberty City around an island. Liberty City isn't an island. Like neither is Chicago, but you know they're gonna build like boundaries somewhere.
Which makes not Drive Club, the Crew, which makes the Crew interesting because it's all U.S. It's all across the U.S. But you can get from like New York to L.A. in what 2.5 hours, real time. That's gonna be an interesting game. The Crew's gonna be really interesting. I'm curious to see how that all unfolds, and I'm kind of ashamed at Metal Gear Solid 5.
I can't wait till they bring back like a new Burnout. That's one franchise I definitely want to see like revived for the next generation. We haven't had a Burnout game in like since Burnout Paradise.
That's because that team has been working on Need for Speed
games.
Games.
They've been working on, and also half the team that's separated from Need for Speed and half the team that's separated from what's it called? The development team that made Burnout has created their own studio, and they're actually working on like a Burnout type game.
Oh.
So
that'd be nice.
We'll
that's
see.
exciting.
Hopefully that's at E3. Probably not, but I really love Burnout. I definitely want to see that revived. So.
Just want a fun arcade game. You know, Need for Speed is arcadey like, but it's not. It doesn't have that wow factor that I enjoyed.
Yeah, Need for Speed. I don't know. Like I just really wished it was a Burnout when I was playing it. I was like,
I'm like, well, it's kind of.
I mean, I'm not a big racing fan, and
that's the thing though. So neither am I. What about you, Rich? Jbone, races?
I love racing games.
Simulation.
What kind of racing?
I like
Forza Simulation.
I like Forza. I like Gran Turismo. Need for Speed. It kind of gets boring, man. Once you unlock all the cars, like, I'm kind of bored. Like,
that's with a lot of games though. Once you like get to that's with a lot of like things in life. But once you get to the end and you get everything, then you're like, what do I do?
Yeah, like
I like going on that fucking like open road, man, like 260 miles an hour. Cops are chasing me. I'm in that Bugatti fucking Veyron, like fucking like I got all the shit all maxed out. Like I love that shit, dude. Like give it to me, man. Like I want more, dude. You know.
I really enjoy Need for Speed, but my favorite racing game right now that I've ever played is Midnight Club LA.
Yeah, that's
I actually didn't play that one.
That was an awesome game.
Was that the one with like the
It was Rockstar.
It's Rockstar, dude. Rockstar.
Yeah.
Everything Rockstar makes is like
it was
dude.
Rockstar.
Like, they made a freaking table tennis game that got fantastic reviews, and it was apparently was awesome. I'm like, how do you do it, man? Care. That's how. They care about the
with the Crew though, there's going to be a lot more replayability because you're actually going to be a crew.
You know what else I want to do?
You could actually just race a bunch of people.
You know what else I thought about?
Race other crews.
You know what else I thought about that I want to see, or that I think we are going to see is another Soul Reaver, a Legacy of Kain.
Oh my god! Why would you bring that up?
They mentioned a development
Legacy
team.
of Kain.
There was a hint dropped that they're working on a game in that realm, like the Legacy of Kain realm. I forgot what it was called, but they hinted something. I don't know if it is a Kain game, but we'll see. I really want it though.
I didn't hear about this. I had the best memory of Legacy Kain. I just love throwing spears and then hitting those guys and seeing them on the wall and just hanging there. Oh my god,
that was awesome back then.
Such a good game.
That kind of stuff.
And it is a fun story. I thought it was, at least when I played it. Oh, so good.
I don't think it's ever going to happen, but I want a Legend of Dragoon 2. I don't know if anyone else out there feels the same as I do.
Crimson Dragon on Xbox One.
Legend of Dragoon. It's not the same at all.
No.
Well, you could get Crab Ragoon. That sounds like it.
Bob, I hate you. Crab Rangoon.
Jbone, what do you want to see? Anything that you want to see?
I'll get you 2 of them.
Any franchises that you guys want to see brought to the next gen? Leave them in the comments. We definitely would love to level with you and chat about them because we could talk all day about this stuff.
Yeah, I think about it and like I was like, man, franchises. I couldn't think of any. I thought it was like a game, and I think like a Superman game.
We need a good Superman game.
Superman game. Even a good Rocksteady. Rocksteady is like right now, as far as Batman Man, like
Batman Man.
Batman Man, returns.
Batman
They're doing it, man. They were successful. They are successful. They're very successful. And I think if they made like a Superman, because it's DC, let's just say DC Superman. They make one. Rocksteady makes it. I think it'll be. I think it'll be fucking hit, dude. Like I think.
Oh yeah, I mean, if they could do it like Batman-esque, but not the same. But I could see it, yeah.
But they make the Superman young and limited in his powers.
Hey,
not full-blown Superman.
He better be able to fly.
They gotta make it like Metroid.
Because I want to fly around Metropolis. I want to fly around Metropolis. It's gotta happen.
We'll see what they do in Arkham Knight. If their world is so immersive, like
hey, it'll be playable on the show floor. So in time, we will see what it looks like. I can't wait for that.
I mean, the game that I was thinking that I'd want if they made it. I know they probably won't. It's Phil Fish. It's Fez 2.
Fez 2.
I just want to play Fez 2.
Dude, we're gonna.
I know. And
he released a trailer for it.
I know.
He quit.
So maybe that's my wish. I just miss it.
He took the money and ran.
Yeah, he did.
Phil Fish, come back to the world.
Come back.
Just
Also,
make a game, and then I don't care what you do.
I don't know if you guys ever played Bushido Blade on PS1.
I have.
But dude, I want to see that make a comeback.
Bushido
that
Blade
was
too.
like Mortal Kombat for like ninjas. Like it was like the coolest thing.
Yeah,
the controls were like weird, but they were like it was like charming. You know what I mean?
And it was one-hit kills. Like,
yeah, one hit kills. Yep. You get hit and you're done.
You're done.
It's like you had to have like that was a great game. I love that game.
I wish they bring that back like another NFL Blitz or something like that.
Yeah.
Where it's
No, that'd be cool. Yeah.
I mean, it's just
I
a
love
really good one though. Like back in the day when they were like when it came out for 64, that NFL Blitz.
I still have it.
It's rock solid.
I have it in my room.
And they need to. It would just be fun to have that. You know,
I'll
just
be
for a
honest.
sports
Like,
thing.
I'm not a fan of Madden. I'm not a fan of like that game engine. I think a Blitz would. I think it would like shake things up, man.
Yeah,
revive it. It would revive it. And
Well,
make
they
things
released
competitive.
last generation for Xbox 360 and PS3. They released a game called Backbreaker, and it showcased like the Euphoria technology that the physics technology called Euphoria that Rockstar uses in Red Dead Redemption and Grand Theft Auto and stuff like that, and some other games use it, but the new Star Wars game used it, the Force Unleashed games, but they released. What was I saying? I totally forgot what I was saying.
You were talking about
Euphoria.
Backbreaker.
Yeah, Backbreaker was a football game that used that technology, and what that technology does was it gives the NPC a central nervous system in like your character. So when they stumble, like you'll see in Grand Theft Auto, when they stumble, they push themselves back up, or they grab onto the sides of cars, when they're moving fast, stuff like that. And it gave them realistic physics. Like they get hit in the legs, they're gonna flip like it. They're not just gonna go into full ragdoll. They're gonna try to break the fall. So Backbreaker was okay. It got the physics part right. Like the tackles were so cool, like the coolest tackles. I would play that game again because it was so fun. But it just had really like standard, didn't have any like mediocre kind of gameplay, like in terms of like football plays and stuff. It didn't have anything special. It was just kind of straight up like run or pass.
And they could easily but they could easily do that on the next gen. They can make it look so good, so awesome. It doesn't even. It would be fun.
That was my ideal sports game besides Blitz, because I'm not a fan of, like Jbone said, of Madden or anything. I will play FIFA. I do love FIFA, but I just can't do the Maddens. But that kind of game is fun for me.
All right, Rich.
Something that's been out for a while that Capcom's been ignoring is Mega Man. I want to see Mega Man come back.
Mighty
And
number 9, dude.
have you ever played Vanquish?
Yeah.
I would love to
Vanquish,
see
dude.
Mega Man 3D
In Vanquish.
with Vanquish.
That would be sweet.
I just don't know how.
Because
I
the
don't see how
dash
that works.
attack.
Yeah, the dash attack, dude. Like, just putting that big blaster on his arm.
Yeah.
Like, bam, proton beam, dude. Bam, bam, bam. That'd be so sick.
That would be so amazing.
Yeah.
But where's
If
Mega
you guys
Man?
ever played Vanquish, if you haven't, it was definitely a sleeper hit of last generation, and it's awesome. Try it out. Definitely a thrill.
It's very intense, and it's kind of like not like Arcadia, as in like you want you to get the high score and everything, but it's just like a crazy arcade shooter. It's definitely a Japanese game, but I mean, it's definitely one of those games that you should try out.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a quick segue here. We're running out of time into a little segment that we're gonna start called Rapid Fire Reviews, and this is after maybe a couple podcasts. We'll go over a bunch of the games that we've played and leave our thoughts and whatnot on the game, and maybe we'll agree to disagree, or we'll just disagree wholly. So we'll see. The first one that I wanted to talk about was one of the first games I got when I got my PS4 was Need for Speed. Rivals, yeah, the new one. It was a fun game. It looked really good. it did what it was supposed to, but at the end of the day, it wasn't anything spectacular. It's a definite like 8 out of 10 for me.
Ooh.
But graphically, it was awesome, and the crashes, the cop campaign, you got to play the cop campaign in order to get the most out of that game, because there's the racer campaign and the police campaign. Police campaign was where it was at. Like it's definitely worth a play. And now it's probably discounted everywhere. So go grab it.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't give it. I would probably give it more of a 7, just because it is kind of bland when you play it. I mean, you kind of do everything so quick. You can almost do it in like maybe 2 or 3 hours, and then it's repetitive by nature. It looks good.
Yeah, it's just fun. Move to the next race, which is harder. Move to the next race or time trial event.
If you wanted a racer for PS4 and like kind of arcadey like, I mean, it's not a bad game.
Until Project Cars comes out.
Yeah, I'll pay $20. You pay $20 if you see it for 20. It's definitely worth it.
Definitely worth it. Trials. Bob and I have been playing a lot of Trials. Oh, God. We can't really give a rapid fire review on that yet. No. We can give first impressions because there's no multiplayer yet. But as of now, it's Trials. It looks really good. It plays well.
It's fun.
It's as frustrating as ever, which is classic Trials.
Yeah.
I can't really give a rating on that. But Trials is, would I pick it up? I would say not at this point. Unless you can, like, unless you really love Trials and you think you can wait for the multiplayer and that you think it's going to be really good, I would say pick it up. But for $40 with the season pass or $20 without it, I think it's a wait until the multiplayer comes out to see what they have. So
I have the co-op. For Trials, there's a co-op where you could play. I have people come over and we play Trials and stuff. And right now, you can't even get any maps. They don't have any maps that you could download, and that was in.
They don't have any user content yet.
They don't. Currently, I checked last week. They didn't have any. They have ones, but not as in Supercross. That means we could race against each other. They have the other ones.
Mini games.
They have some user content. So that game is really built by the people that play it. So it is a fun game. It's really not much new. I would say if you want to play Trials, fine. But I'd wait on and see how the online is. So
Infamous. That's our next topic. Rich wants to take this one. Infamous. Go for it.
I actually recently beat Infamous, both good and evil endings. And I have to say, I am impressed with Infamous. I love that game. It was a blast to play. I could play for hours. I'm still going back to it just to run around the city with Neon.
I gotta agree. I love Neon. I love Infamous.
The only drawback that I think that game had is that you can't swap powers on the fly. I believe they chose that because then the game would be too easy. However, I feel like that would have made the flow of the game even better. So just for that, I have to give the game a 9 out of 10.
Right, I agree. I would give it a 9 out of 10. I definitely agree with the 9 out of 10. It was definitely a gorgeous game. It had super good gameplay. The powers were awesome. I'm not going to rate it lower than 9 out of 10 because of the swap on the fly or whatever. But I think
it's my review.
I think it's not a 10 out of 10 because at the end, it's a short campaign.
What's a 10 out of 10?
It doesn't do anything super
is it like a
innovative or anything
like
that. 10 out of 10 is Last of Us. That's what 10 out of 10 is.
Yeah.
You fucking damn, dude.
I give Last of Us 10 out of 10 too.
Absolutely.
10 out of 10.
The story, I'd probably even give Infamous an 8.5 personally because of the story.
Yeah.
The story, I don't care about Delson. I thought he was kind of a douchebag. I care more about the brother than I do, even though he doesn't react to anything you do in the game.
Yeah, but I like the brother.
Even
I like
evil,
the brother
right?
too. Yeah. So I didn't care about anybody in the campaign, which is a big thing for me. I love my campaigns. That's why I just dropped The Last of Us reference. But 8.5 for me.
I would say it's hard. 8.5 to 9. I'm not giving a range, but. So, I was thinking 8.5. I could say 9 too, but yeah, that's where I think everyone else covered what I would say.
We'll do one for Jbone here. Batman Arkham City. What do you?
Old school review.
Yeah, old school reviews.
God. I don't know, man. I give it a 9.5.
Woo!
Wow.
All right.
I think it's awesome, man.
Why are you docking that 0.5?
I bet she's gonna go down another point to 8 when he's finally done.
It's a 2.0. That platinum's terrible.
There's the frame rate doesn't drop for me. It dropped maybe 2 times in the campaign. The voice acting is incredible. Everything is fine. I think it's awesome, man. I think it's superb. Rocksteady.
Sweet. Couple quick ones. Titanfall. Go. We already mostly talked about this one actually.
I'll give it a 7.5.
So we'll make this one quick.
I'll give it a 7.5.
I'm gonna give Titanfall a 7.
I'm gonna give it an 8. I think Titanfall was fun, but it was pretty bare bones, and I think the score could increase if they release some good DLC, and they're apparently releasing a way to customize your Titans. So we'll see. But so far, 8 out of 10. Borderline 7.5. So
it has solid gameplay and good balancing, but it's just not much to come back to.
Right, not much to come back to. Killzone, Bob. Killzone Shadowfall.
I didn't like the
PS4.
multiplayer. I mean, I've tried to play it. It's just boring. It's so. I mean, playing Battlefield, because we played it when Battlefield 4 came out, and playing Killzone, it's so like there's not much stuff going on. It's just slow. Not compare. I like Killzone 3 and I like Killzone 2's multiplayer.
It's just monotonous. And
then the story is. For me, the single player story was really good at the beginning. I actually enjoyed it a lot, and then when I got to the middle, I just got bored of it, and it was just more frustrating. It looked good. I'd have to give it maybe. I mean, I'm being nice with this, and I'm gonna say it's a 7 for me.
Rich?
I've actually played all the other Killzones. In terms of gameplay, this one is really, really well built. Unfortunately, they give you all the best stuff right at the beginning. Like they basically showcase everything off right away, and then that's it. You have nothing really to look forward to at the end of the game.
True, yeah.
So I mean, if they just balanced it out more, I would give this game like an 8. But I have to give this game a 7 as well.
I gotta agree with you guys. I'm gonna do a 7 as well because same reasons. I mean, the multiplayer was kind of monotonous, but I mean, I popped it in again last night and I was having fun with it. So it really depends on what mood you're in. I'm a little burnt out from Battlefield 4
you notice
because I'm
anything
playing
different?
it so much.
Yeah.
It runs a lot smoother.
Okay.
But when it first started, when the game first launched, it had server problems and it wasn't. They had promised that the multiplayer was going to run at 60 frames per second and the single player was 30. The multiplayer does now run at a smooth 60 frames a second.
That's good.
I don't know if they must have patched it, but I don't know. That was one big thing for me was they didn't hold to that promise when it launched. But yeah, it's coming together well. It's working a lot better than it was before, so I'm going to do a 7, 7.5. I'll probably just do a 7.5, just to be nice.
Wow.
Yeah. But, yeah, the single-player campaign was pretty lame.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, you could pick it up. I think it's worth playing, but don't expect it to be anything, like, amazing, because it's not.
And me and Bob are going to tag team this one. Stick it to the man to end it off with. Stick it to the man. 9 out of 10, definitely. I'm only giving it a 9 instead of a 10 because... the nine is for the gameplay. I mean, it was pretty simple. It could have had more, and the campaign was short, and I wanted more because that game was so fun. But I'm not gonna hold that against it, because it was free.
I'm gonna check that out.
I honestly, I would probably give it around 8.5. I mean, not because it's any worse than that. I mean, it's short, but I liked how short it was. I felt like it didn't stay too long, and it was a good fun game. I mean, if it's free, I'd give it a higher score. It is free for PS Plus, but the art's great. I just give it 8.5 just because it just doesn't have enough stuff to make it like worthy of a higher score.
You guys said it was like what, 4 hours?
Yeah, about 4.5 hours.
I mean, I could see giving it a higher score, but I'm just 8.5.
I need more. I want more of it. It's so funny.
I want more of something. Yeah. It's hilarious. It's great.
It's absolutely ridiculous, that whole game. But anything else, you guys, before we sign off?
No, I'm pretty much good.
I'm good.
All right, guys. Blow up our comments. Leave feedback. Give us more topics to talk about for next podcast. We'll see you next Thursday. Thanks for tuning in. This is Chris, Bob, Jbone,
just call me one Bob,
and Rich,
one fucking Bob,
and Rich, aka the Seven Swords. Signing out.
That name changes. It's just gonna be Bob. I'm gonna one word.
All right, Bob, signing out.